You have a variety of options available to you when it comes to Lendable's unsecured loans for people with terrible credit. Applications with credit scores that are less than ideal may be taken into consideration. With Lendable, you have the ability to borrow anywhere from £1,000 to £25,000, and even if you do not have the ideal credit history, you may still be approved for a loan. Despite the fact that Lendable is unable to provide you with a loan if you have a county court judgment, CCJ, or a debt relief order, DRO, for instance, the company may nevertheless take into consideration your application if you have a credit score that is less than perfect. Lendable is a possibility to consider if you require the money in a very short amount of time. After a loan application has been approved, the company will make every effort to transfer the funds to your account within a couple of hours' time. Lendable, in contrast to many other lenders, imposes a fee that is not refundable with each loan purchase. This is a factor that is considered when determining the annual percentage rate, APR, which is then added to the total amount of your loan and paid off through the monthly payments that you make. When taking out any kind of loan, it is prudent to borrow only the amount that you require and to repay it as quickly as possible, based on the amount that you are able to comfortably afford to repay each month. Prior to submitting an application for a loan for people with terrible credit, you need to think about your other options and determine whether or not you would be able to continue making payments in the event that, for example, an unexpectedly big bill arrived at your doorstep or you lost your job. Having a credit score that is currently low will become even lower if payments are missed. Lendable Loans Pros and Cons. Pros. Soon after your application has been approved, you will be able to receive the money within 2 hours. You are free to select the date of your repayment. This can be accomplished through a variety of channels. Cons. As a typical practice, Lendable imposes a loan fee that is not refundable. A shared loan is not available to you. It is possible that Lendable will charge you interest fees if you pay off your loan early. In 2014, Lendable was established as a platform for providing loans through the internet. The company provides unsecured loans for those with bad credit that range from £1,000 to £25,000. These loans can be used to pay a variety of expenses, such as a new automobile, unexpected repairs, or special occasions. Over a period of 1 to 5 years, you are able to borrow money. Nevertheless, Lendable imposes a fee as a routine operating procedure, which will be immediately applied to the total amount of your loan. Even if you do not have a perfect credit history, it is possible that you will be able to obtain a loan from Lendable. If, on the other hand, you have a history of having issues with your credit, you ought to give the application for a loan a higher level of consideration. It is possible that you will be subject to interest rates that are higher than those of someone with a better credit score. Therefore, it may be worthwhile to examine alternative options and make an effort to improve your credit score first. If you do decide to get a loan, you could receive the money in your account within 2 hours. You could also consider using a loans eligibility service to conduct a soft search across multiple lenders to give you your likelihood of a successful application against several different loans without affecting your credit score. But check how many lenders the service you use checks and that it only uses soft searches. Where Lendable Loans stand out. You can borrow up to £25,000. Lendable can offer loans of up to £25,000, which is more than other lenders that also consider applicants with patchier credit histories. While there are lenders that can offer larger loan amounts, these typically have stricter eligibility criteria and require you to have a good or excellent credit score, for example. But remember, you should only ever borrow the amount you need, even if you are eligible to get a bigger loan. You could get your money within 2 hours. After your application has been approved, Lendable aims to transfer the money to your account within 2 hours, although it could take longer. This is a relatively quick turnaround, and it means you shouldn't be left waiting for days before you can spend the money. You can choose your repayment date. When you apply for a loan from Lendable, you have the option to choose the date that your payments leave your account. This means you can pick a date that suits you, such as the day after you get paid. Keep in mind, changing your payment date could affect how much interest is charged depending on how this is calculated for your loan. Where Lendable Loans fall short. Lendable charges a loan fee. Lendable is one of the few lenders that charge a fee as standard. This is non-refundable and is added to your loan amount to be repaid through your monthly payments. The size of the fee will depend on your situation. The loan fee and the interest due on it are taken into account in calculating the annual percentage rate, APR, you're offered. This means you can still compare the total cost of a lendable loan, including the interest charges and this fee, with loans from other lenders by looking at the APR. Lendable doesn't offer joint loans. Lendable can only offer loans to individuals, not joint loans. This means you can't submit a joint application with a family member or friend, for example. Lendable charges interest to settle your loan early. Like many lenders, Lendable may apply several days' interest charges if you want to pay off your loan early before the end of the term. Depending on how long you have left on your agreement, clearing your debt early is still likely to save you money on interest, even with these charges. Am I eligible for a lendable loan? To qualify for a loan from Lendable, you need to meet the following requirements. You have lived in the UK for at least 3 years. You earn at least £800 per month. You have no county court judgments, CJs, or debt relief orders, DROs. Lendable may consider offering you a loan if you have a historical IVA, individual voluntary arrangement, but the decision will depend on the rest of your credit history and finances. Even if you meet these criteria, you aren't guaranteed to get a lendable loan. When you apply, Lendable will assess your overall financial situation to see if you can afford to take on a loan before deciding on your application. Don't apply for loans you are unlikely to get because unsuccessful applications will hurt your credit score. What information do I need? When you apply for a loan from Lendable, you will need to tell the lender your name, address, and date of birth, your contact details, how much you want to borrow, the length of time you need to repay the loan, your income and employment status. Lendable may also ask you for copies of supporting documents, which can be uploaded or sent via email. How long does it take to apply? It should only take a few minutes to fill in Lendable's online loan application form. Once you submit the form, you should hear back from Lendable within 1 working day. If your application is approved and you proceed with the loan, you could receive the money in your account within 2 hours. It does warn it may take a little longer during evenings, weekends, and bank holidays.